Hello, my name's Tilini Fashonti, and you're watching Beginner's Guide to Submarines. So, today I'm going to cover a brief workshop tour. I'm also going to cover how to send out a submarine and what goes into that. So first things first, this is your free company workshop. If you have an FC house, it's going to be located from the door to additional chambers. If you don't already have a workshop, you have to pay 800,000 gil in order to open the workshop. It's a one-time fee. After you do that, you'll be in a room that looks something like this. So there's these fun platforms here in the back that are fun to jump around on and make a little jumping puzzle out of. You'll also have the company chest in the workshop where you can keep supplies. This one is pretty empty, clearly. You also have a summoning bell. This is the schematic board. And the schematic board has a series of blueprints that you can unlock for your FC. So this is a pretty basic FC where I haven't really done much other than run subs out of it. So as you can see, I've got all of the submersible prototypes here to unlock, as well as an airship prototype. They require different types of materials, which you can either get from Voyages with your ships, whether it's airships or submersibles. Things like bamboo weave, synthetic fiber, balsa wood. For some of the more advanced schematics, they require things like etherochemical fiber and cocobolo. All of these items you cannot buy on the market board, but they are tradable. So if you're having trouble getting the materials you need, I know a lot of people have trouble finding cocobolo lumber in particular, you can always buy it from another player. One of the best places to do that, and also one of the best places to get information about submersibles and airships if you want to look into running your own workshop and learning more about it, is on the Submarine Discord. I'll have a link to that in the description of this video. This is unrelated to submarines, but you can also unlock different schematics for different types of house skins. So as you can see in here, these are all these types of different house skins that are available that you can unlock the blueprints for. After you unlock the blueprints, it unlocks the blueprints for all sizes. So if you wanted to unlock the blueprint for Otter, it says Otter house prototype. If you have 21 synthetic resin, 19 black clay, and 17 bamboo weave, you can unlock the schematic for the Otter small, medium, and large house prototypes. It also gives you ethereal wheel projects, so if you want to make your own FC buffs, this is how you do that. You unlock the prototype for the wheel stand, and the wheel stand is the mechanism that you use to charge your FC buffs. And then the ethereal wheel prototypes are the different types of buffs that you can make. So that's just a quick overview. One of the things you'll want to make sure you unlock in your own main workshop is, especially for submersibles, you definitely need prototype 1. It's good to have them all unlocked so you can do different types of builds. It probably costs a few million gil in order to unlock everything, but it's a one-time investment. It's a very worthwhile one to do. So that's the schematic board. Over here we have the Mammet, which is an NPC that you can use to buy buy ceruleum tanks with company credits. Ceruleum tanks are the fuel that's used for submarines and airships. It is 100 FC credits to 1 ceruleum tank. Each voyage usually takes between anywhere from 2 up to maybe 30 ceruleum tanks, depending on how long the voyage is. So it's a good thing to stock up on. If you're not making enough FC credits on your own, ceruleum tanks are non-market boardable, but they are tradable. So you can always put up a party finder or go onto the Submarine Discord again and offer to buy ceruleum tanks. Or if you have an abundance of FC credits, there are many submariners out there who would love to buy your spare credits. This is the Fabrication Station. If I click onto this, you'll be able to view the company crafting log. You'll be able to see that on here, can't make very much in this workshop. However, later on, I'm going to show you how to build parts and craft using the company crafting station. This is here. This is how you make the wheel stands. It's also how you make the actions, which you can turn into FC buffs. Here we're showing this is a Bronco type hull recipe, which is used for an airship. And it'll give you the quantities in here of what you need to make each item. So you can gather everything in advance, do your pre-crafts, and be all set to go. So you see, like, this needs 24 steel ingots, 24 steel rivets, 24 cobalt joint plates, and 24 cobalt ingots for step 1 of this recipe to make the Bronco Type 4 castle. Also has the housing skins in here, which are the same type of thing essentially, except these take a lot more materials and have multiple steps. So next, we're going to go over to the Voyage control panel, and this is where you'll likely spend most of your time. And there are 2 tabs here, Airship Management and Submersible Management. So you'll see I don't have any airships unlocked here. But I do have submarines. So in this FC, I have 4 submarines leveling. So I'm going to go into my first one here, and then it will display a log of what's my submarine is doing. The submarine, because it's still leveling, I have very basic parts on it. But if you read through it, it'll tell you some things about the Voyage, what it brought back. So then I'm just going to click on Finalize Report. You can see down here it's populating everything into my chat log, and my chat log very small, so you can't see much. Now you have 2 options. You can either go to View Previous Voyage Log and hit Redeploy. It'll give you the return time. So if you need to set a timer, put an alarm on your phone, something like that. Also tells you how long the voyage distance here is, so it's 102 out of 103. The 103 number is how much range my submarine has. The 102 number is how long the voyage is, so it's just telling me that I can do this voyage with the parts that I have equipped. And the ceruleum tanks number is telling me that this trip is going to use 30 of the ceruleum tanks that I have on me. To this close to 10,000 number. It's also going to give me a total tally of the EXP that my submarine will get for this trip. Submarines right now can be rank 1 through 90. So this submersible is rank 79, so it's almost max level. So you can hit redeploy and it'll just send it on the exact same mission that it went on last time, but the other thing you can do is you can map out a new voyage. Now it's telling me unable to commence voyage when or more components are damaged, which means I need to repair my submersible before you can send it out. So submersible parts have different durability. This is also showing you the stats of my submarine. And there are 5 stats on a submarine: surveillance, retrieval, speed, range, and favor. Surveillance is a stat that determines what type of loot your submarine is able to bring back. Retrieval is how much of what it can bring back. So if your retrieval is able to hit a higher breakpoint, you'll be able to bring back more of whatever materials it has. Speed refers to how fast a submarine can complete its voyage. The higher the speed, the less time a trip takes. Range is how far can it go. So since my range is 103, I can take longer trips. Favor is a statistic that refers to double dipping. In double dipping, if you have a certain, if you meet a certain breakpoint with favor, it's going to allow you to hit a zone more than once. If you can hit a zone more than once, you essentially get 2 cracks of the loot, so you can get twice as much loot from one zone. Favor isn't guaranteed, it's an RNG roll. Same as surveillance, it's an RNG roll, so even if my surveillance was much higher, I wouldn't be necessarily guaranteed to get the best loot that a sector has to offer. Capacity here is not so important to worry about. This is a statistic that increases as your submarine levels up, all the way up to level 50 when you get to 80 out of 80. When you have 80 out of 80, that means you can equip any combination of submersible parts, and that's something that you really don't have to worry about except at very low levels. And this is just showing me, okay, I'm at 200, 263, 223.58 out of 56, 252.66. So it's just telling me how much more EXP I need to level up my submarine to the next rank, which would be rank 80. So now, since all 4 of my submarine parts are broken, I need to repair them before I can send it on another trip. So in order to repair your submarine, you need to have these items, which are Magitech repair materials. And you can buy these or you can craft them yourself. They are made with 1 dark matter cluster, 5 grade 6 dark matter, which you can buy from a junkmonger, which is just a vendor that you can put in your house, and then different types of crystals. And it's a Master Book 1 recipe that's available for all crafters at level 50. So any crafter can make these. When I craft them myself, I usually just pick whichever crystals are the cheapest, and it's usually armor, because they use ice and earth, or alchemist, which uses water and lightning. So in order to repair my submarine, I just click, I say yes, I want to repair my parts. 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 So now I'm ready to go on a voyage again. So with this one, I'm just going to be sending it on the exact same trip as before, so I'm just going to hit redeploy. It's going to tell me that it's coming back at 10, 10, 15, 21. I use a spreadsheet to keep track of my timers. Everybody uses different systems of organization. It's going to give us this handy dandy cutscene, which I've seen a million times, but I'm going to let you watch it just in case you're seeing it for the first time. Now I'm just going to check my next one. I'm just going to hit finalize report. So I can send this one on the exact same voyage, but just for the sake of making sure you know how you can select a different voyage. So this is the Sea of Ash map, which is the middle map for submarines, and I'm just using it for leveling up purposes right now. So I know my leveling routes off the top of my head. But for this particular one, you're going to see that you can put in different combinations of sectors, and depending on what order you go in, it's going to be more or less range. So if I say, okay, I want to hit Sea of Ash 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to hit 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 97. It's going to take 1 day, 15 hours, and 29 minutes. But if I go in a different order, I'm going to go faster. So I'm going to go 1, 3, 2, 4. That's 87. So it takes a little less time for it to come back. So now it's going to come back at 10, 10, 11, 11. And I'm just going to put that into my spreadsheet, so I know when it's coming back, and I'm going to hit deploy. This time I'm going to skip the cutscene, because we don't need to watch it again. Skipping the cutscene is quite possibly one of the fastest reaction time minigames in here. Okay, so now this one is going to go on the same route, Sea of Ash 1, 3, 4, so I'm just going to hit deploy. But you see how this one is a little bit slower? The other one was going to come back at 11:11. I'm just going to show you why really quick. This one is coming back an hour later because its speed isn't as high. Because as you level up, every level you get above 50, you get a little bonus stat that shows up right here. So you can have the same parts on two submarines, but if one is a higher rank than the other, the one that's a higher rank is probably going to be faster, it's going to have a little more surveillance, a little more retrieval, all these little different stats, which just allow you to do different trips over time as you're leveling. So I'm just going to hit redeploy here. Skip that cutscene again. So this one is rank 64, so it's lower ranked than the others, so again, its stats are going to be a little bit higher. Just hit High Voyage here, rank 65 now. I'm just going to check, and I need to repair this one again, but you see how these stats are so much lower than the other submarines that we looked at? And that's because it's a lower rank, so you're not getting the benefit of these bonus stats. So I'm just going to repair, and repair. And hit previous voyage log. So this one, at this rank, is going to see a bash 324 because it can't do all 4 zones yet, since it doesn't have enough range, because it's not taking advantage of those bonus stats. I'm just going to cancel out of this cutscene. So that's a pretty basic overview of what the workshop has to offer. In coming videos, I'll be able to show you how to make your own submarine parts, use the company crafting station to do so, as well as using various calculators and loot tables that are out there to do your own theory crafting. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.